In this picture, I used to be a high school band director. That was me in my tails tuxedo conducting band. Band was an opportunity for me growing up to escape the life I had at home. And it was one of those stories of, if not for band, where would I be? I'd be probably like the other people from my small town. I grew up in a single wide trailer down a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, and everyone is pretty much for the most part still there. And lucky for me, band got me out. Band was that one saving grace of mine of, I have a talent, I have a skill. Sure, let it take me through college, let it establish my career. And then years later, I bought a house because, I was a first time home buyer, loved this new job I was in. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be in the community. I wanted to just be all about it. And real estate was nowhere in mind for my thinking, investing, that is. And I bought this house on a VA loan, $0 down. It was great, 2.5% note. I loved it. And then my father got home from Afghanistan, and he was a DoD contractor out there, and he had a little bit of shell shock. And I said, you know what? I need to live with my dad. And I met my wife, then girlfriend, Tiffany, and our second date was her moving me out of this house and into my dad's house. So very interesting second date there. And in that course, I had to figure out quickly how to become a landlord because I had a $0 down VA loan that I couldn't sell because I didn't have money to bring to close it. Google searched a few things like how to be a good landlord, and Bigger Pockets came up. And she's like, oh, well, let's go dive into Bigger Pockets and figure this out. And it wasn't a month or two later that we had a discussion of, Eric, you spend so much time at work for $50,000 a year. You're working 80 to 90 hours a week for $50,000 a year. Let's do a little mathing and figure out how much are you making per hour. And in the fall, when it's football season and you're doing marching band and you're doing all those activities, I was making as little as $5 an hour. And, in the summer months when you're not working, I was making a great, great hourly rate. But on average, I was making on average about $9 to $10 an hour. She said, Eric, you can do so much more impact by us buying houses and renting them out. You can still teach in different ways, but I think this is where we need to go. And it took me a lot of convincing and just inner talk of figuring out, like, how do I give up my identity of who I used to be? I used to be this high school band director. I used to love to create music with these students. I used to love doing that. But how do I become this new person? Well, that's where the journey began of, how do I shift my identity? Fast forward to today, my wife and I have two beautiful sons, and we are living that dream life that we forecasted back in 2017. And it has been a whirlwind. It has not been easy, but it has been worth it. And that's what I hope to instill in you today, that although it may not be easy, it will be worth it.